Hey everyone, and welcome back to the ATD Movie Channel. I'm Tony, and today I'll be reviewing Molly's Game, Academy Award-winning writer Aaron Sorkin's directorial debut. Let's jump right into it. Molly's Game tells the unbelievable true story of Molly Bloom, a woman in her 20s who ran underground, high-stakes poker tournaments both in LA and New York. This woman hosted some of the most high-profile actors, athletes, and business people in the world, only to have it all burned to the ground when the FBI raids her home and takes her into custody. The story is probably my favorite aspect of the film. It is fascinating. I remember reading the news a few years ago when the real-life events made headlines. I also remember A-list actors by the likes of Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio being named as a part of the story. I really enjoy movies that are based on a true story, specifically when it's a story we don't know much about. I mean, sure, the headlines highlighted all the A-list actors involved in the poker ring, but rarely did it ever focus on Molly Bloom and how she built one of the most successful poker games in history. This is a really great story about success, dedication, integrity, and so much more. It uncovers a world I personally would have otherwise never been exposed to. And without spoiling anything, the psychology of Molly's motivations, as well as the integrity she shows by not naming any of the players in her games, was probably the most compelling aspect of the story. I'll stop there and let you watch the movie for more plot points. Praise must be given to Jessica Chastain, who plays the titular character of Molly. I already consider Chastain one of the best actresses in Hollywood even before this film, and she just continues to deliver. It was great watching her play a strong, brilliant, and witty young woman. At the beginning of the story, Molly is broke and humble, just trying to make ends meet in Los Angeles. And by the end of the film, she's the head of an empire. Everything has changed, from the way Molly dresses, to the cars that she drives, to the way that she talks to people. And it's a very convincing turn for the character that I thoroughly enjoyed. If you watch this channel at all, you know I'm a huge fan of Idris Elba. He has a great role in the film despite the lack of screen time. Elba plays Molly Bloom's defense attorney. He's as smart and as driven as Molly herself. And throughout the film, Elba goes from a cynical attorney to a loving mentor for Molly. And there's one scene in particular involving Elba pleading Molly's case to the FBI that had my theater cheering out loud. It's not only a fantastic scene, but Elba is just fantastic in the role in general. Other supporting actors like Kevin Costner, Michael Cera, and Chris O'Dowd play important roles in the story and avoid phoning in their performances, despite not having a ton of dialogue. The movie's a lot of fun, and a lot of that fun comes from the poker games themselves. We see the games take place at dingy nightclubs on the Sunset Strip, all the way to a suite in the Plaza Hotel in New York. The movie's production and set design makes us want to go to these places. I already mentioned Jessica Chastain's costume design, and the fact that it sells the audience on just how much success and wealth the character has amassed. For 2 hours, we are transported into this underground world, and we all want to go there. The next aspect of the film I want to talk about is something I not only liked, but had some issues with at the same time, and that's Aaron Sorkin's direction. The movie plays much like an Aaron Sorkin script in that it's fast and it's relentless. It features some wonderful dialogue between the characters, as well as some witty writing in the form of the narration done by Chastain. It actually reminds me a lot of The Social Network, which featured Aaron Sorkin's Academy Award-winning script. There are parallel timelines playing out, both the rise of Molly's empire and the more recent investigation into her connections with the mob. The sexiness and glamour of high-stakes poker is perfect for an Aaron Sorkin script. It's really well done, especially in the editing. But where I feel like some of Sorkin's rookie mistakes were put on full display was in the pacing of the film. The poker games are really fast, and those who've never played poker will be completely lost, especially with the lingo and the verbiage. And that's not even my concern, really. My concern is how the movie cuts away from the poker games and Molly's rise in the poker world to the more current investigation. The film's energy and pacing comes completely crashing down when these cutscenes take place. And don't get me wrong, the slower scenes involving Molly's self-reflection and the way she's processing what's happened to her is critical to the character's arc. But the movie often cut away too soon or too late from one timeline to the next. And I honestly feel like I would have enjoyed the movie much more if this was done just a little bit better and a little bit tighter. And as previously mentioned, Sorkin does do a lot of things right with the storytelling, the character development, and the production design. But again, we can tell this is a first-time director's film. However, I do look forward to more projects from Sorkin in the future because, much like his scripts, I think that his movies are just going to get better and better. So, what do you think of Molly's Game? And did you know the real-life story in which the movie is based on? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified of content uploaded regularly. You can find other movie reviews on the channel as well. Thanks for watching my review for Molly's Game. I'll talk to you soon.